Tonight, worse than 74. Queensland's flood emergency spreads to Brisbane.
The death toll rises.
But lots of tales of heroism and, of course, loss.
As Queensland faces a grim and desperate hour.
This weather, I think, is it might be breaking our hearts at the moment, but it will not break our will.
With Bill McDonald, Georgina Lewis and George Negus, this is a special edition of the 10 Evening News.
Well, a very good evening from Brisbane as Queensland's capital city joins the growing flood disaster. The death toll from yesterday's inland tsunami has risen to 9 but is expected to double. More than 60 people are still missing. Evacuations are now underway in 80 Brisbane suburbs and in the neighbouring cities of Ipswich and Caboolture. By Thursday, 6,500 homes will be inundated and another 16,000 residents will be affected by flood levels higher than in 1974. An evacuation centre big enough for 3,000 people is being set up currently at Brisbane's R&A Showgrounds. And it's not the time for panic, but Premier Anna Bligh warns this will be our grimmest and darkest hour.
Bianca Stone is near the Brisbane River and joins us live now. Bianca, how is it looking and what effect is the flooding having so far?
Georgie, I can tell you it's actually looking pretty scary here. There's debris roaring down the Brisbane River. I've been here for about an hour and since that time I've seen wheelie bins, I've seen trees and at least a dozen pontoons float by as if not a care in the world. Now we're told a restaurant has broken its moorings at Auchenflower. 7,000 cubic metres every second is passing by me now. There has been some panic around midday in the city. It was like peak hour traffic with people trying to get out of town as businesses closed down. Some hospitals have cancelled elective surgery, but of course the worst is yet to come. Where I'm standing here in the 74 floods, it was underwater. At least Brisbane has had some time to prepare.
The disaster in Toumba unfolded when an intense band of rain hit about 1 p.m. local time. The city flooded almost immediately, water smashing its way through the Toumba Central Business District. It rapidly washed through the Lockyer Valley, taking lives and properties in the surrounding areas of Murphy's Creek, Postman's Ridge, Grantham and Helidon. Jonathan Lear was able to reach Grantham for a short time today and found a town devastated by the deluge. As you would have noticed, this is a special edition of the 10 Evening News from Brisbane, broadcast tonight across Australia. Next, the Prime Minister, Julia Gillard.
10's news evolution is coming. In 2011, we'll continue our trusted news at 5. Then, an Australian first, 6 p.m. with George Negus.
On the big issues that really matter, we'll take the time to tell you not just what's happening, but why.
Then at 6:30, we make Queensland the focus with the stories that affect you the most.
No matter what time you get home, 10's got your news covered.
You're watching the 10 Evening News tonight from Brisbane. And what's being compared with the Brisbane's last great disaster, the 74 floods. The circumstances are much the same, a full dam and a soaked catchment. Back then, the river ran to 5 metres through the CBD and 6,500 houses were destroyed, 14 people were killed. And that's the yardstick against which all other Queensland natural disasters have been measured for almost 40 years. And as you've heard, the fear is this disaster will be worse. As we've heard, the Prime Minister is pledged to provide Queensland with whatever it needs during the flood crisis. And Julia Gillard joins us from our Canberra studio. Prime Minister, thanks for your time. Firstly,
Good evening, George.
I noticed that your colleague Anna Bligh actually described this as a grim disaster, an unfolding human tragedy. When you heard about the immensity of it, the shock and horror of what's been happening here in Queensland, what was your own personal reaction?
Well, it's heartbreaking, George. You watch those images, they are so shocking, with cars being tossed around, with houses literally washed away, and to digest the grim news that we have lost 9 Australian lives, including children, and that there are many Australian families waiting to hear now, anxiously, what has happened with their loved ones. This is all really heartbreaking stuff. But I suppose we also are seeing on display courage and determination.
Prime Minister, we'll have to leave it there, but thanks for your time. Prime Minister Julia
Thanks,
Gillard,
George.
live from Canberra. Thanks again.
Let's get a quick update now on the conditions. Jeff Dool joins us from the Weather Bureau. And Jeff, what do people here need to know right now?
What we're seeing is the rain's actually easing at the moment. The up-level low is going away, and sort of the train effect that we had today that caused those 100 millimetres of rain an hour, that's actually easing a little bit. But we've still got a lot of moisture around, and a wind change is coming tomorrow, and that'll kick off a few more showers and storms. But Thursday onwards, we're looking at the rain actually clearing. So that has a little bit of implications for the amount of water coming down the river.
So only a slight reprieve?
Just a slight reprieve, but we're still monitoring those river heights. We're looking at a height of around about 3 metres tonight, 4.5 metres during the high tide on Wednesday, and getting to the higher than the January 74 floods during Thursday.
OK, thank you, Jeff Dool from the Weather Bureau.
Thank you.
The Brisbane River is expected at 3 metres at 3 a.m. tomorrow. It's expected to get to 4.5. The 74 levels reach 5.5. More of our flood coverage is next.